Hello, Matt Crossfield here with GolfOnline, and today I'm talking golf grips. Getting a lot of questions asking me about what golf grips they should use. Are there any kind of basic rules with golf grips? So I've got a selection of 3 pretty popular golf grips here. Let's talk you through some of the decisions I would make when coming to pick a golf grip for my clubs. So I generally have been using Tall Velvets, which is this Golf Pride grip here. I use them, to be honest with you, because they kind of come standard in lots of the clubs I get. When I was competing more in a variation of weathers as well, because at the moment I don't play in the rain so much because we've always got a camera with us. They don't like the rain. I would go more for this kind of corded grip. So this one is a Golf Pride. This is a new decade multi-compound Golf Pride grip, this one. You see you get the 2 colours which people quite like. You can get blue ones and white ones. This one's the red one. And it's got this corded flecker at the top here. I would use a corded grip throughout my grip when I was playing a lot, because I always found that worked very well in the rain as well as in the dry conditions as well. You do have to, with the corded grips, so make sure you're washing them quite regular, because they go a little dry. I found a little easier, so that's kind of hot soapy water, scrubbing with a scrubbing brush, those kind of things. Middle grip here as well, I've got the Crossfield lambkin. Very similar to the Tall Velvet, very soft feeling, gives good grip. I didn't find that any of these grips in good conditions would help over one another. I only found that the corded grip gave me a bit more of an advantage when it rained, that rougher surface. Now that was in the days where there wasn't such good rain gloves now as well. So to be honest with you, I've used all these grips. So nowadays, the Tall Velvet here, with a rain grip on when it has been wet in the odd time I've played when it's rained. And the grip is fantastic, more from the rain glove more than the grip. Then you also move on to sizes of grips as well, and that's very personal preference. There's some literature out there and people kind of hint towards fatter grip helps you calm down how much you might release the club. To a thinner grip you might release it a little bit more. People think you twist the club. I've not really seen any evidence of that from testing I've done and seen testing from other players. What I do see is a very personal preference when it comes to size of the grip. So these are standard ones. You can get mid-size and jumbos, and what lots of good players do nowadays, so Bubba Watson's very famous for having something like 12 layers of tape under one hand and 8 layers of tape under another hand. I think what's his name, Ian Poulter, sorry, does the same as well, has a kind of variation of thickness, quite thick as well. So if you're finding that the golf grip is something that you want to really think about, you're going to have to experiment a little bit, because there's no general rules with them. For me, I've got quite small hands. I'm a men's small glove, so I quite like the Tall Velvet in a standard size, literally 1 or 2 layers of tape underneath, and it does everything I need a golf grip to do, subject to the glove I use and the conditions. I think lots of people can work too much into grips, but also I mean, I've never filmed with a tour player or been with tour players who haven't got pretty fresh grips on their clubs. I do think it's something that amateurs neglect a little bit. Putting a fresh set of grips on your golf clubs can make a set of clubs you've had for a couple of years or so feel fantastic again, because obviously it is your port of call of contact with the club. So just getting fresh grips on a set of irons sometimes can really give a fresh feeling to them as well. So I would definitely advise trying to get them changed if you play regular as soon as they become anyway shiny, when they start getting firm, when the rubber kind of starts to dry out, gets a bit shiny, a bit slippy. Golf grips there, you get corded ones, you get different sizes, very personal preference. Definitely go a little bit with hand size. Obviously the bigger hands you get, you would go for more layers or mid-size or jumbo. All good fitting centres nowadays will give you a handle to hold to get the right feel of a grip thickness, to make sure it feels good in your hand. And that's all you need. You need it feeling comfortable in your hand.